Talk Sport Clips of the Week.
And a slightly different Clips of the Week for you this week. As always, when one of us is off, we don't do a fresh batch, but we will next week. We've been saving up all the ones you've been sending in and monitoring them all, so we'll have a bumper crop for you, I'm sure, of new ones next week. So, in Andy's absence, now he's a star of Bayesian Radio, we are bringing you the best of our reporters and our commentators, the best of our live football, a little nod, a little tribute to our fine team, our intrepid teams that go out in all weathers to bring you all the latest stories and all the live football. And we kick off with Mark Saggers and one of his trademark big game openers at Anfield.
When the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be Mickey Quinn and Jem Proudfoot on Sky on TalkSport tonight.
It was all going so well.
It was going beautifully, wasn't it?
Beautifully, and then he forgot
the hairs on the back of my neck were up, and then all of a sudden they were limp once
He went
more.
to the old job and forgot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stan Collymore alongside Sam now with some shock news about Tony Pulis.
They haven't scored now for 2.5 games, Manchester United. How are they going to change that?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's not going to happen if they keep playing at the slow tempo. They're now getting caught, and Tony Pulis, I believe, thinks he's...
Malumbu.
Looks nothing like him.
That's your problem.
Tony Pulis thinks he's Malumbu.
You're Malumbu, then your tactics are going to suffer.
Well, if you wear the tracksuit, in the end you're going to start wearing the kit, aren't you, really? It's the rocky road. This is Mark Saggers, once again, previewing TalkSport's upcoming commentary games.
On Wednesday night, we follow Chelsea once more with extended highlights from the game there against the opposition.
Well, that's always the best team to play.
That's one of my favourite fixtures.
Yeah,
Chelsea versus the opposition.
Chelsea
it's always a must-see.
Who's the captain, or what we call the leader of the opposition these days? I've got no idea.
This is Graham Beecroft describing one of football's most unusual occurrences.
Queen's Park Rangers had the ball in the goal after only a minute. I've never seen this before. It was ruled out for offside.
Should get out more, Beaky.
I thought Beaky had been covering football matches for years.
Decades. Yeah, it's just so happened he's never gone to a game where there was an offside. He's clearly not watched Jermaine Defoe ever play before. No. Now, the Moose here, speaking to Carlos Tevez before a game. And I look back on this. This is TalkSport's Frost Nixon moment. It was a wonderful interview. It was such insight. We laughed, we cried. Here he is, relive it once again, the all-time classic interview between Carlos Tevez and Ian Abrahams.
The Manchester United players are just literally walking past me right now. In fact, I'm walking up to Carlos Tevez, see if he can grab a quick word. I bet he's busy. Edwin van der Sar's walking past me. Carlos, good luck this afternoon. Thank you. Carlos Tevez saying thank you to me, wishing him luck.
Yeah, you get so much out of them, really.
Insightful.
They don't even know they're talking to him. They spill, don't they? Can't help it.
Insightful and relentless. Yeah. When they do make that film, I would love to see Ryan Gosling playing the Moose.
I think it's
a natural fit.
Yeah, he'd need to do some work, wouldn't he, in the Raging Ball envelope? But there we are.
Sam Matterface again now, this time commentating on a Willian free kick.
Right footed over the wall and straight into the net. He has done it again. That's why they call him the free kick master. He's had four.
Yeah, Jimmy Somerville playing golf there.
Yeah, lovely falsetto.
This is Mark Saggers getting a little overexcited with Alvin Martin at a Reading game.
Alvin Martin, who's at the Medeski for us here on TalkSport tonight. Alvin, one of the things I've always
thought... just gone over the bar.
Which end? Which end?
You don't want that to be your catchphrase, do you? Which end, which end?
Which end? No, well, yeah, there are those with that catchphrase, but Saggers I didn't think was one of them.
No, so what's next?
Back to Beaky. And a goal update.
Virgin Media, Channel 927.
Goal for Aston Villa! Goal for Leighton Orient, I beg your pardon!
It was a quick reply, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought he could. I thought at one point he was just going to carry on, going through a list of teams. Goal for Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, that's right. Goal. It's a poem.
Yeah.
This is Stan Collymore struggling slightly with the technology.
Every time they're breaking from their own back forward, it's Fernando or Fernandinho. They're getting decent possession and then popping it into midfield.
He's dropped the mic. He just flung the mic down.
See you then, Stan.
Yeah, there it goes.
His shift was over. He does work to rule.
He was on the clock. Yeah.
Back to the Moose with an analogy.
Oh, this is brilliant.
If my wife gives me 10 quid tomorrow to go out and buy my lunch, I'm not going to put on one sandwich. I'm going to buy 10 sandwiches, aren't I? I'm not going to have one sandwich. And unfortunately, West Ham, they went out and bought one sandwich last year, and that's why when the sandwich is injured, they've got nothing else to eat.
Where do you start with that? First of all, where are you getting £1 sandwiches from in this day and age? Second of all, what kind of setup have they got in the Abrahams household where his wife gives him money to go out and buy lunch? Can I have my lunch money now?
That's right.
£10. Don't go blowing it all on one of your
but don't buy 10p sandwiches again from Easy Sandwich, which is clearly done. And also, how does a sandwich get injured?
I know, yeah. Well, I suppose Moose, when he's demolished a sandwich, he then describes it as injured.
I think he's serious.
I've injured that sandwich.
I think that
now it's dead.
That pie will be out for the rest of the season. Now, this is a corker that gets slightly overshadowed by our final clip, as you'll see in a few moments' time. But this, of the genre, this is brilliant. And it's a rare one from our old mate Jim Proudfoot reporting on an injury during a game.
He's back on his feet. It's swollen up like a golf ball. He's also got a big white tissue sticking out of his mouth. He looks like a devious hamster, perhaps on the wheel, who's been storing his food, and instead of squeaking on the wheel, he's gone and made his way.
He will play though.
Burrowing away.
My favourite thing about that clip is the way that Stan tries to he stages an intervention.
He does.
He's like, I've got to save him.
I'm going to help him.
This could never end. This devious hamster analogy.
Burrowing away.
First thing I learned at broadcasting school was beware the devious hamster analogy.
That's true.
You have got to be a real seasoned pro to pull off a devious hamster analogy.
Few of them have tried it. Very few of them have pulled it off. There's a better one than that, of that genre still to come. But it's a sandwich that. What have we got next?
Time for a classic now from Beaky again, commentating at the 2010 World Cup.
He could have played for 4 countries altogether. Here's Krasic from the right-hand side, clips it back, Zigic with the header down, great chance, it's there, it's been belted home by Milan Jovanovic, and Serbia, just after Germany have been reduced to 10 men, have taken the lead here. Sensational, he's fallen down the moat.
He's fallen down the moat. That's a better catchphrase than which end? Which end?
Is that just a sporting phrase that I'm unfamiliar with?
They had a moat around. The old days of having moats.
He had fallen in a moat.
Highbury used to have a moat, didn't it, back in the day? Wembley had a little moat, if I remember rightly. Anyway, here it is. If you can't do clips of the week, one that's trended, that's had a real life of its own over the years, and again, much like Jim's earlier on. So, a man who's never lost for words. Who never strays into partridge territory, apart from this time. Yes, it's Sam Matterface.
Agbonlahor is counter-attacking at the other end. He's found Vyman, whose shot is about as weak as a glass of orange squash, which is 52 parts water and half a part squash.
Yeah. Well, we've all had those glasses of squash.
That's fantastic.
We've all drunk squash like that. He's painting a picture that's familiar to all of us.
Well, that's what makes it funny, because it's true.
Yeah,
it's like all the great observational comedy. If he sells that to Michael McIntyre, he'll make a few quid.
Correct.
Add some skipping into that on a large stage.
It's like the man draw joke all over again.
It is. So there we are. They were the tribute to our, and they'll be back out tomorrow and out the weekend, of course, bringing you all the build up to the games and the games themselves here on Talk Sport.